Hey guys, it's Dave, your mortgage guy.com, and in this video I'm going to break down how you can read your mortgage credit report and everything that you need to know about that. But before I do, please subscribe to my YouTube channel to keep up with more videos like this. So this company is Axis, formerly Credit Plus. You'll see in the upper left-hand corner, it's going to be different credit report company names. And then it's going to have the information, lender, this is us. It's going to show is pulled by me. Down here, you're going to see applicant. That's going to have your name, your social security, your date of birth, and then a co-applicant, your spouse, a parent, co-signer, maybe depending on the situation. Marital status, your current address, any previous addresses. Keep in mind, I've blacked out or whited out this person's information. So some of this stuff is obviously going to have your information as you're digging into it. So first is Equifax's score using a FICO Classic 5. So you'll see right here, that's the credit scoring model that's used. Ideally, you're going to have 3 credit scores. You're going to have Equifax, TransUnion, who's using Classic 04, and Experian version 2. And it's going to show your credit scores. Now, keep in mind, really any credit score over a 740 is considered excellent. If you have something that's, higher or lower, in general, they're going to make suggestions in here on what could cause you to have a higher score. That doesn't mean you would even have a higher score or you have bad credit. They have to put something in there. So like in this first one, it says time since most recent account opening is too short, meaning that they recently opened a piece of credit. Too many inquiries in the last 12 months, too many consumer finance company accounts. So, but don't get caught up in that. They have to put something there. Okay, now let's dig into a credit account. Okay, this first one is technically First Community Credit Union. Okay, as you can see, auto means it's an auto loan. All right, and the high credit limit, which is the height of what that car loan was, is $45,875. Next to it, you'll see a balance $45,261. That's how much they still owe on that account. Keep in mind, as you're looking at your own credit report, these things do not update all the time. So many credit companies are going to update once a month, either around the 15th or the 30th, right? So you're going to see, let's say, credit card balances that may not be correct, or car balances. That's okay. Now let's go back over to these dates. So date reported. So this credit report was pulled in February. The last time that this credit account was updated, or excuse me, was reported is in January of 23. When was it opened? Which is date open 8/22. Date of last activity, January of 23. So meaning it's still an active account. Okay, it's an auto loan, which we went over. 84 months, the payment, $711 per month. Over here, past due is going to be when you're late on a payment and you haven't made that payment and it's now late, usually over 30 days late, it's going to say past due. Months reviewed is how many months they've had this account. And this 30, 60, 90 that you're seeing, that's if it's a 30-day late, a 60-day late, or a 90-day late. When it comes to credit, you're not really considered late, where it's affecting your credit score until you're over 30 days late. Status, paid as agreed. And then source, these are the 3 credit bureaus. If you see ones that are highlighted or not highlighted, meaning that it's reporting to those bureaus or it's not. And then, sorry, one real thing quick to go all the way to the left. B is for borrower, C would be co-borrower, and a J would be joint. An A would be an authorized user. So this person's credit report, the account is only in their name. Let's scroll down to the next page. You'll see rooms to go. That's a credit card. You'll see right here. Rev, which is revolving. Paid as agreed, all of the same things there. Now, in here, you'll see it's going to go in order based on usually the most recent or biggest account is going to report first. And then once you get through the active accounts, it's going to go over closed accounts, right? So you'll see here a closed account, a closed VA loan, Old Navy's been paid off, other VA loans, things like that. So let's scroll down because all of this is the same. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. And let's go down to this section right here. If you have a collection account or a charge-off, it's going to be in this area right here. And it's going to follow roughly the same rules as what you've seen above. This person's done great. They don't have any. other credit history, public records. Not always, but sometimes it's going to show you any bankruptcies that you've had, any tax liens, any liens or judgments against you. There's other reports that are pulled for your mortgage that go over these things. So that's something that you'll see there. Inquiries. This is anybody who's pulled your credit in the last 120 days. Now, we pulled this credit in November of 22. What you'll see here, and it's important to remember, is it shows 3 credit pulls. Wow, they pulled my credit 3 times. That's not the case. If you go all the way to the left, you'll see Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. So each credit bureau only pulled it once, and you're seeing it there. Sometimes it's going to be under the credit report company. Axis pulled the credit there, or it may be under the company that pulled it. So us as a lender, Legend Lending, pulled it. So you'll see different things. These are not different credit pulls, right? You may see it when you go to apply for a credit card or get a car loan, things like that. So let's scroll down. This is kind of a overall summary of your trade lines. Alert. Anything in here is going to be an alert where maybe your identity was stolen, and this is where it's going to show that they need to clarify that going into it. Sources of information is going to be any of that name information that was inputted, Social Security, date of birth. Source of information, again, any past addresses. Now, here's another thing to keep in mind. This is the information for all the creditors is in here. Phone numbers, addresses, all of that. Why is this information relative? If you have a credit or collection or a charge-off and you need to contact them to pay it off, get information, dispute it, get clarification, their phone number is going to be over here to the right. And so that's why that information is helpful. Keeps going with more creditors and more creditors. And then really after that, just another summary. It's also going to show in here the contact information for all the bureaus. Let's say you want to dispute an account. Here's how you would contact them. And so it's very important when looking at the credit report to know what you're looking at, and that's why we're going over this right here. Hope you guys found that information helpful. If you did, I'd love to be your lender. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and stick around for this next video. I think you're gonna like it. Thanks, guys.